I want to read a statement that was issued by WorldNet Daily. While the subject of Barack Obama's birth certificate is still a topic most press outlets refuse to cover, it became a matter of sport in Vice President Joe Biden's gridiron dinner address this weekend. After mentioning one of the Republican speakers for the dinner, Arnold Schwarzenegger was born in Austria, and that one of the Democratic speakers, Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm, was born in Canada, Biden chortlet. Folks, this is going to be Lou Dobbs' worst nightmare. From there, Biden transitioned to the birth certificate controversy. And here's what Biden said. You know, I never realized just how much power Dick Cheney had until my first day on the job. I walked into my office, and you know how the outgoing president always leaves the incoming president a note in his desk? He asked rhetorically. I opened my drawer, and Dick Cheney had left me Barack Obama's birth certificate. Well, Mr. Vice President, you do know that the matter of the birth certificate is a matter of grave concern for many Americans. I, as one of the American tax-paying, both my own private taxes and payroll taxes for a number of people that are employed by the ministry that I lead, I am concerned, and I'm also convinced that Barack Hussein Obama does not fit the Constitution's natural-born citizen clause. And a number of millions of Americans are of that mindset. And there have been a number of attempts by noted lawyers around America, Leo D'Onofrio from New Jersey, Philip Berg, his case against the Eastern District of Philadelphia, and Kurt Wynowski of Connecticut, and of course Orly Tates of California. They all have filed some extremely well-written briefs asking the Supreme Court to open the matter of Barack Hussein Obama's eligibility to serve as our U.S. president based on the constitutional natural-born citizen clause, and all have been denied. So many of us, Mr. Vice President, many of us are very nervous. We're very nervous about this matter, and I can tell you that there are millions of Americans right now who are not going to stop until this matter has been resolved. Now, the courts may keep denying the American citizens the right to question Barack Obama about his citizenship, but I can tell you this, Mr. Vice President, and I'm not threatening you, but I can tell you this, that we Americans will not rest if it takes 50 years to demonstrate this truth, to get a court or through some other measure where we can actually demonstrate that this man does not qualify, should never have been elected president. He should have been vetted by the Democratic National Party, and there should have been a vetting of every state in America that he ran in, where he was on the ballot. There should have been a validation of his citizenship that was looked in carefully. And Mr. Vice President, I can tell you, we as American citizens will not let this matter rest. Now, we would prefer to be able to expose this truth immediately, get it done. We do not believe that if it is discovered that Barack Hussein Obama is an illegal alien, that it will destroy America. I'm of the mindset, and many others are as well, I'm of the mindset that the Obama is an illegal alien, but he is not so great that he would bring America down. We didn't lose America with Richard Nixon and the Vietnam War, all that going on at one time. We will not lose America if Barack Obama is exposed as that he's not a natural-born citizen. But Mr. Vice President, the thing I want to ask you is this, that if you made the joke, if it was a joke about Barack Hussein Obama's birth certificate, because you know there's a question, then Mr. Vice President, you also know that if his presidency is not valid, your vice presidency is not valid also. You do know that. You understand if he is an illegal alien and his presidency is not valid, then you are not really the vice president, because he was at the head of the ticket, and if he could not be elected, then he did not have the power to choose you. So you could be serving, Mr. Vice President, you could be a joker. This could be the world's biggest embarrassment of America. You could be the joke that you made was not funny, not at all. It was not funny, Mr. Vice President, not at all. We are insulted, we are heartbroken that the American people knew this, that the judges knew it, that the politicians, that people all over America knew this, yet they would not raise their voice simply because this man is black. They allowed him to get away with violation of the Constitution. Mr. Vice President, if we can't stand on the Constitution, we no longer have a nation. It's not, Obama should not be that big. He should not be given that kind of leeway. He should not be given that kind of a pass whereby, even though he's, as Mel Martinez, the senator from Florida, has stated, that if he's not an American citizen, the American people voting for him made him one. Mr. President, that's not the law. Mr. Vice President, that's not the law. And Mr. Vice President, he may keep his lawyers, and the courts may refuse to hear the voices, my voice and the voice of millions of other Americans. But one day we're going to have this case opening. If we discover that he's not a citizen, then we're going to remove your name and his name from president and vice president. We're going to sue, because if he is ineligible to serve, he's ineligible to be. And Mr. Vice, so we're going to sue to have your name removed from the history books. And Mr. Vice President, I challenge, I commit here today. I commit to you today that I will not rest. If it takes 50 years, I'll ask God to extend my life so that I can live long enough to expose this truth about this birth certificate. And if it is found that he is not constitutionally fit, we will sue to have his name removed, and yours as well, Mr. Vice President. Yes, we will. Mr. Vice President, I oppose this man. I opposed him before the African American people and the world. I did so at the behest of my God, whose name is Jesus. And people have called me a porch monkey. They've called me the N-word. They've called me Uncle Ruckus, Uncle Tom. And this man has brought utter destruction to the African American people. I promise you, I commit to you, I will not rest. I will not. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, until truth and justice comes out about Barack Hussein Obama. And by the way, he is an illegal alien, because if he was constitutionally fit to serve as president, you wouldn't be making a joke about his birth certificate, and he would gladly show his passport, his college records. I don't believe he went to Columbia University. Now, he may have. I don't believe he did. I think he was just a drug dealer living with a homosexual here in the Harlem area back in the 80s. I don't believe that he went to Columbia. He may have. And I'll stand corrected if he does, if he did, because I've said he didn't go. I'll stand corrected. But Mr. Vice President, I want to let you know, that if he was legitimately a citizen of America and legitimately could fit the clause of natural born citizen, he would long since would have demonstrated that, and it would all be over with. The reason why there's all this question and you're making a joke about it is because he can't prove that he is a citizen. He expatriated himself when he went to Indonesia with his mother, Stanley Ann Dunham, and she married Lolo Soetoro. He became a citizen of Indonesia there, and at that point, he could never, ever be a natural-born citizen. He could never be one, so he's not one. And I state right this day, we do not have a president. The last president of America was George Bush, and your office of vice president is invalid, Mr. Joe Biden.